Hi, I'm Meek. I'm manager of hot glass programs here at the Corning Museum of Glass, and I've been a glassblower since about 1991, so I have a lot of experience working with molten glass, and it's something that really excites me. Today we're standing in the amphitheater hot shop, and down there you'll see our furnace. That furnace melts over 1,000 pounds of glass at 2,100 degrees. So that's the creative epicenter of what we do. Now, glass, I think we all know, is made of sand. Now, to make sand into glass, you need extreme heat. A lot of times we'll tell our guests here at the museum that the main ingredient in glass is sand, but the main thing that you need in a huge quantity is the fuel to melt that into glass. So we take natural gas here, we get our furnace over 1,000 degrees, we'll shovel the sand in there, it melts down over time, and it becomes this pool of molten glass that we can take a blowpipe and gather up and make anything we can imagine out of. So there's just so much creative potential in that material. Now, when we first learn to blow glass, your instructor will tell you to approach this 2,000 degree furnace with a blowpipe. And every cell of your body is telling you that's the wrong thing to do, to go closer to the fire. But you walk up there, you take the blowpipe, your hands are burning, you set it into the furnace and turn it around, and you gather this material out of there that's just alive, something that you can create so many beautiful things out of. You gather up this glass, and then you blow the bubble into it, you see it come to life, and you just want more. And that motivates you to go back in there and to approach that fire again and to continue to forge ahead and to create something beautiful. Now, as soon as you take that glass out of the furnace, it's losing that energy and it's becoming hard and brittle and fragile and more difficult to shape. So as you're working with it and it starts to harden, you have to go back into that heat. You have to build energy back into the material so you can continue to shape it. So it really is the heat of the furnace, that extreme 2,000 degree heat, that gives the glass its life, that allows you to shape it and form it. And so you always return to the heat, return to the heat. You'll see a glassmaker return to the heat over and over again to keep that malleable and moldable and to be able to shape it into whatever they can imagine. When you first start making glass, the thing you struggle with is the temperature, understanding the temperature of the material. You try to shape it when it's too cold, you try to force it and it breaks. As you learn more, as you become more experienced, you learn to work with the energy and work with the temperature of the glass. You learn to identify and read the material and to know what it needs to be able to shape it successfully. When you watch a master glassblower, they make it look effortless. When you watch somebody who's just started, it looks so hard. And it's really because of the understanding of that heat in the material. We shape glass between 1,000 and 2,000 degrees. It's this huge temperature range. And you need to be able to tell subtle differences in that range to know just the moment to shape it and just the right thing to do to get it to form the way you want it. And not to overwork it, not to push it too hard, not to push it too fast when it's too cold, because then really bad things can happen. I've worked at the museum here for many years, and I just love to be here. And the thing I love most about it is that of course, we're around the best collection of glass in the world, but myself and our team, the glassmakers here, they bring that collection to life. We're able to share how glass is made. We are able to share our passion. We are able to share what we love with people. It's a fascinating thing to watch. It's a beautiful process to watch. And it's just so rewarding to see people come in here and experience that and to see it happen and to see something created in front of their eyes. Glass is a fast process, so you can take a gob of molten glass and you can make it into a beautiful, enduring object, something that could last for thousands of years. And that happens in a very short period of time. It happens in about a half hour. And it's just so fun for us to be able to share that with the guests of the museum. So I grew up out in Ohio, and I went to a state school out there, and there were all kinds of things that you could do. And I didn't know what I wanted to study, but I wanted to study some kind of sciences, and I had to take an art elective. So I wound up signing up for glassblowing. It was really the only class that was still open in art that I could sign up for. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I walk up to the furnace, and I took the gather, and the instructor said over my shoulder, "Hey, it looks like you've done this before." And I felt like I had. And it was just so overwhelming to me because there was so much. I never was an excellent student, I was never an athlete, I was really a terrible musician, but I felt immediately like this is something that was mine and something that I could do well. It's so funny because in religion you always hear about the potter's hand in shaping clay, so you know, I'm excited when religion gives the glassmakers a little chance.